Oh yeah, part 2. Even though it's a completely separate video because it's different time frames. Last video was the 80s. This one's gonna be modern classics that are all super manly. Let's jump into it, I'm excited. Let's just start with a questionable one so we can get it out of the way. Imperium, supposed to be heavily inspired by Roja. What is this, Fragrance World? Yeah, Fragrance World. Yeah, it's like some manly grapefruit. It's like a cologne with some grapefruit in there, but not Tarafi Blue style. Definitely its own vibe, that's for sure. I like it, but it's pretty manly. Yeah, I keep going and giving it whiffs. It almost smells like it's from 20 years ago, which is why I could possibly see some older gentlemen really gravitating towards this. But yeah, to me, this just smells like a manly cologne, kind of brought up to date a little bit with some citruses in there. And I like this one, but this is one of those ones that's just right on the edge of being a little too manly for me. I still like it and give it some wearings every now and again. But yeah, this one smells pretty grown up to me. All right, let's jump to the next one. If you guys could hit that like button, that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 900 million subscribers by the time the sun goes down tonight, so I'd really appreciate all your help. Thank you so much. All right, the next one up, there's another one, super manly. It's Leighton mixed with a Mugler, Amen, Pure Havan, and of course we're talking about Star for Men, Mayabusen. Apparently this is a popular jewelry store in Europe. I've never heard of it. I see the fragrances floating around Amazon. The fragrance guy Sebastian talks about this a lot, so I had to get it, and it actually smells exactly like those two fragrances together. The first time I sprayed it on, I didn't immediately get Leighton, but what was crazy, the second time I sprayed it on, the second I sprayed the first spray, I went, oh, this is Detour Noir, Leighton vibe, what the heck? So when I gave it the first sniff, I wasn't so sure, but then after wearing it a couple times, yeah, this is Leighton mixed with that Mugler in one bottle right here. But it's pretty manly. I could see how some people would like it, and I could see maybe some young bucks smelling this and going, oh, a little too much for me. You have to really like the Leighton DNA. I know some people get a Vicks Vapor Rub vibe from Leighton. Thank the good Lord, I do not. I just don't. It smells good to me. I mean, it smells pretty manly. It smells like a cologne that a rich guy should be wearing. Actually, talking about flipping Leighton Detour Noir, let's just bring it in here. Yes, this is Detour Noir. I say it every time. My bottle broke. I had to decant it into this bottle. So use your imagination and picture Detour Noir here. We might as well talk about it at the same time because they're similar. This just has a little bit extra sweetness in there with that Mugler mixed in. This smells like flipping Leighton. This is Detour Noir. This smells like a new age cologne. If Jacquard Noir was the 80s, Tommy was the 90s, the 2000s might have been, I don't know, fierce possibly. The 10s might be a 1 million type vibe. Well, now that we're in the 20s and we're more in a sauvage, manly type vibe, this fits in perfectly in the 2020s. In the sense that it smells manly in the 2020s. So if Leighton's intriguing you, but you like sweetness, maybe Star for Men might be more up your alley, because this to me smells like a flippin' man's cologne. It smells like a cologne. If someone would have put Aqua di Gio under my nose in the 90s and said, what is this? I would have said, it's a cologne. That's the vibe you get when you smell something like this. It smells like a flippin' manly fragrance that I refer to still sometimes as a cologne, even though I know that's not right. Oh, I got it. Well, I unscrewed it. Oh my god. Gee, now my whole office smells like flippin' Detour Noir. It's everywhere. Alright, it's on tighter now. That was my bad. I kept twisting it up. I mean, for some reason, this Detour Noir just does not want to stay in any bottles. It's getting ready to bust out of the last bottle. It's trying to bust out of this bottle. What's going on? That's too funny. I actually smell it in the air right now. This is smelling so good. God, yeah, that opening is a little harsh, but the second it starts to warm up a little bit, a couple minutes later, I'm smelling it everywhere now. Alright, well, it's smelling good in here now. It's smelling good. Alright, next one up. This one's a favorite for a lot of you guys. I'm starting to jive with it. I have another clone that I'm liking a little bit more, but Club de Nuit, Intense Man, pick any flippin' flanker you want. I think it's pretty unanimous that the limited edition is the best one. It cuts down on that lemon pledge, harsh opening that I definitely still get from this one. I don't get no pineapple. Whatever fictional pineapple used to maybe exist in Aventus or in any of these older Club de Nuit batches or whatever, I don't get no pineapple. I get lemon. If I want pineapple, I layer it with Cayado Fusan. But either way, when this dries down, again, this smells like a new age flippin' cologne to me. Sauvage, I could see its place in the lineage of the fragrances we were just kind of talking about. Jacquard Noir going into Tommy, going into Fierce, going into something manly like this, going into Sauvage where we're at now. I could see where the road of manly colognes, starting all the way back, could lead you down a road where you end up at Club de Nuit / Aventus. But I don't know, for me, for some reason, I just really do not care for the scent profile that much. It's okay, like on the dry down, it's nice. My wife likes it, but yeah, I just don't do backflips over it. Again, maybe because it's too flippin' manly. That's why we're making this video. This is manly fragrances. So maybe it's too flippin' manly for me, and when I get manlier, or I get richer, I could wear this. Maybe that's what's happening. The universe is waiting for me to get richer, and then I'll smell this and I'll go, oh, what was I talking about? This smells right up my alley. Maybe that's what's going on. But I will say, you guys haven't seen the video yet, but I unboxed Avant, which is also an Aventus dupe, and that one I actually really did like. That one, I felt like there was a little bit of pineapple in there. You guys will see that video soon. But Club de Nuit Intense Man, a lot of people like it. I think it's too manly, although I still do give it some sprays here and there. I'll give it some more tries this summer, but yeah, I don't know. I gotta up my manliness a couple points before I can really start wearing this one. But I know a lot of people love it, and it's it's pretty manly, so it's here on the list. All right, speaking of Sauvage, next one up, Salvo. Oh, Salvo Intense? Yeah, I like Salvo EDP a little bit more. It's a little softer, but this is a manly list of manly fragrances. So Salvo Intense is definitely the more manly of the two. The other one has a magnetic cap. This is a heavy metal cap. It's nice, but yeah. Smells like Savage, spelled with a U, said all fancy, but more intense. I haven't smelled that version of Savage EDP. What I do know is it smells like a flippin' man. It smells like a man that's going somewhere to make flippin' money. And not only to make money, to tell other people how they're gonna make their money that day. That's what this smells like. It smells like a man who's in charge. And for that reason, I only sometimes wear it. And that sometimes is when I'm in the mood to tell people what they need to flip and do that day. But otherwise, this one's too intense for me, as the title would say. I'm trying to get a little bit more of this Detour Noir off my desk. I mean, it smells like 200 rich guys are sitting in my flipping studio right now. It's ridiculous. And speaking of Sauvage, spelled with a U, said all fancy, might as well get into the next one. One of the first fragrances I got in this whole little mess of fragrances. And it's one of the last fragrances I reach for, because it's way too manly for me. I could barely wear it. I've worn it a couple times because my wife likes it, but it's way too hardcore for me. I don't even care if she likes it. Assad, it's supposed to be the elixir version of that fancy Savage. I don't know if it's exactly that. I just get a lot of pepper. A lot of manly pepper. When I smell this, it just smells like a guy from a different flipping dimension, decade, everything. I don't know. And I know everyone likes it. I know everyone loves it. There must be something wrong with me. There just has to be. There has to be. Because everyone likes it. I smell this and I go, I'm gonna smell it right now. Yeah, no. I smell it and I just go, no. Again, maybe I'm just not manly enough to wear this. Whatever. You know what? This might be my flipping scent of the day. I'm going to wear this today. I'm going to give this another chance. I'm going to try and be manly and wear this. And we'll see what happens when my wife comes home. She'll either walk in and go, oh, Grandpa's here. Or she'll walk in and she'll be excited to see me. Which is always nice. But I got to smell it one more time. Because this one just puts my brain in a flipping pretzel, this fragrance. Yeah, it's like I want to like it. I want to like it because I like 80s Fougere stuff. And I feel like I get little hints of that in here. But there's just something. There's some pepper or something in here that really turns me off. But I will say, if I spray this on my skin, on the dry down, once that vanilla starts to come out, it does start to win me over, but I just can't get past that opening blast, those first few minutes. It's just way too manly for me. But per usual, I just might not be manly enough to wear it. So let me know what you think down below, because I know you're probably one of the people that loves this. Next one up, there's another one that people really debate getting. I think it's too manly for a lot of the newbies out there. A lot of frag heads go watch like, oh, top 10 fragrances in my collection, blah, 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 stuff like that. And they'll see this fragrance on there a lot, and they'll be like, oh, it must be amazing. And they get it, and they go, oh, what the heck is this? And of course, we're talking about Bentley Intense for Men, or Bentley for Men Intense. I'm gonna smell it right now. Yeah, it's hardcore. It smells like a $300,000 flippin' Bentley, a leather Bentley. So you better be ready to smell like a boozy, leathery man. And I wasn't expecting that when I got this. I was expecting a more versatile, all-season fragrance. And I got this and I was like, oh no, this is like the deepest, darkest days of the winter when not even the sun could rear its head out there. This one is just super manly, but rich guy manly. And I like it, and I wear it. Can we see a little dent form in there? I mean, there's something. It's not nothing. I definitely have worn this fragrance, especially when I first got it too. I was like trying to get myself to like it because I do like the way it smells. It's just this is super strong and it's beast mode. One spray of this, I mean, on my clothes, I don't know, 2 days later I'm smelling this. I've told the story 100 times already. I sprayed one spray on and I forgot like hours later, and I went in the hot tub, and no word of a lie, the next day, not even the same day, the next day, my hot tub still smelled like flippin' Bentley for Men Intense. Not even chlorine was a flippin' match for Bentley for Men Intense. I've said that multiple times because it blows my flippin' mind. I've gone in the hot tub with lots of fragrances. I'd never smelled them the next day. This one, as soon as I got in the hot tub the next day, I was like, oh, Bentley for Men is still in here. What the heck? Jesus, whoops. So, lesson 1, don't wear Bentley for Men in a hot tub unless you want the hot tub to smell like Bentley for Men. Lesson 2, this is really strong. Lesson 3, only get this if you're ready to smell like a real man and if you got real stuff to do. If you're like 14, you're thinking about buying this, well, it's going to be a mistake, I'm sorry to tell you, and this bottle is just going to collect dust on your shelf, and you'll be quickly thinking about another fragrance to get. And that's part of this little rabbit hole. A lot of people, I feel like, get this and go, oh yeah, great, amazing, when am I going to wear this? And they start immediately looking for the next fragrance. So this is another one, a staple. I like that I have it because every now and again I find occasions to wear this, but it's pretty strong, pretty manly, pretty leathery, pretty boozy, and I really only recommend it if you want to smell like a rich guy. If you want to smell like a rich guy, well, here you go. $30, you're gonna be smelling like 10 million bucks. But if you don't want to smell like a rich guy, you just want to smell like a piece of candy or something, this is definitely not the fragrance for you. All right, next one up. This too, people say smells like flipping grandpa. I mean, yeah, there's possibly an isolated incident where I could see that happening, but Amir, Al Oud, Intense Oud, Oud spelled differently, Ouda, Oud, supposed to be heavily inspired by the Fireplace. Heavy metal cap here, real nice. And I've smelled By the Fireplace. To me, this does smell like By the Fireplace, but with some extra sugar in there. A little bit extra vanilla. To me, real By the Fireplace smells literally like you're sitting in front of a fireplace. I literally feel like I could smell the smoky little wood burning right in front of me. This one, I feel like I'm sitting in front of the fireplace, but there's like a big bowl of sugar in front of my face for some reason. Yeah, there's like a sugary vanilla vibe that takes over the whole thing. And I do like it, but I could possibly see some people thinking it's too manly. This is like right on the edge for me. I do like it, and if it was 5% more of what it is, it might be too much, but I personally like it, and I found some situations to use it this winter. I'll be wearing it more next winter. But like I'm saying, to keep in the theme of this video, this one's pretty manly. All right, we got a couple more. Let's get through them pretty quick. This one, it's just too manly for me. You can watch me unbox it. I opened it in a live. I reposted that video later because I spazzed out when I smelled this. This is the strongest fragrance I've ever smelled in my life. I think it's supposed to be Mancera red tobacco or something like that, even though it says vanilla tobacco. It's not Tom Ford tobacco vanille. Heck no. This is flipping nuclear, whatever this is. Oh my God, I just ripped the top right off. There you go, Mike. You thought that it was broken when you sent it to me. Well, here you go. I broke it. Oh, and it's sprayed somewhere. Hopefully not on my strips. Nope. All right. Yeah, this one just smells, oh my God, I can't even smell through the atomizer. This is the strongest fragrance I've ever smelled. It is so hardcore. I don't know what's going on. Apparently the dry down's good. I've never made it that far. But this is a list of the manliest fragrances in my collection. Well, this is pretty flippin' manly. It's so manly, I can't even look at it. If I look at it, I turn away. Jesus, this one's way too much for me. All right, this one's a little bit more wearable. Out of all these manly ones, I can grab this one. I like the way it smells on my clothes. Bourbon and oak, that's not the original top though. I swapped the tops. Just don't ask why. I don't even remember why. EDT, Cremo, 20 or under on Amazon. This is another one that I had no expectations of. I didn't know if it was inspired by anything, but I smelled it and I was like, oh, very interesting. Quite manly. Quite manly. Like I said, I like the way it smells on my clothes. I've not gotten to spend a lot of time with it. I just got it pretty recently, but we still got another month left of winter, so I'll be able to grab it another time or two. But this is another one. Bourbon and oak. Yeah, it smells like flipping bourbon and oak. Yeah, it does. It actually smells like, right now smelling it, smells like a little bit of bourbon. It smells clean, woody, some hints of aromaticness, but it's also rich. Another one that gives me literal cologne vibes. Like when I hear the word cologne, this is one of those things I think of. I keep going in for whiffs though. It's nice. It's nice. All right, next one up. This is a modern classic. Although I like it, I don't wear it that often because it kind of reminds me of somebody else, but I know everybody else flipping likes it. It's Dylan Blue. I only have this little 5 ml sample, which is fine by me because like I said, I don't wear it that often, but I know a lot of people like it. I prefer Versace Pour Homme. You guys haven't seen that video yet, but Dylan Blue, classic, manly. I'm gonna smell it right now. Yep, another one. Smells like a flipping rich guy. And if I had a full bottle, maybe I'd give some sprays or I'd layer it on. This is a dab, so I just don't think about dabbing it on. But maybe this summer, I'll wear it a little bit more now that I'm 1 year older, 1 year wiser, maybe 1 year more manly, even though that's questionable. Maybe I'll grab for this in the summer, but yeah, Dylan Blue, everybody likes it. I'm starting to like it. I like it. All right, last one up. Even though some people say they get a BO smell in the dry down, I don't, thank the good Lord. Classic scent profile, Sucrat, Latafa. Of course, the classic scent profile I'm referring to is Acqua di Gio. This is the Profumo flanker, and it's pretty flippin' spot on. And this is usually around 20 or under dollars, and it's a beast, and it lasts, and I love it. This is probably the least manly one in terms of the ones that I could wear. It's manly, and I know some people get this and go, oh, not for me, but I like the Acqua di Gio scent profile, so it jives with my skin chemistry, so I like this one. But out of all the Acqua di Gio inspos I have, this is the manliest, that's for sure. But anyways, this is another one. I absolutely love it. Gives me super manly rich vibes, but also fresh at the same time. Cannot go wrong with that Acqua di Gio scent profile. Classic. If you've never smelled it, go down to the department store, go smell Acqua di Gio. This is not exactly the same, but it's pretty close. Like I said, this is Acqua di Gio Profumo, but this is only $20, so that's a pretty good deal in my book. But let me know some of your manly fragrances down below. Appreciate all you guys. Hit all those buttons. Like the video if it made you smile. That would make me smile. Have a blessed day, and bye for now.